welcome back, world. And today we're going to continue with our Let's Play series of Rimworld. We started off yesterday with the intention of building this prison, which we've got here, and really just sort of building up our resources. I think, we had very little wood, we had no steel to start the day, and yesterday was all about gathering up those resources as well as food. And I thought maybe I'd play a day or two and then gather up more resources and then continue this series, but I decided that it'd be best for us to go ahead and make additional sleeping quarters for our colonists, and we're going to do that today, as well as focus on getting our prison here fixed. And once we have that fixed, we'll be able to convert this room here into more sleeping quarters, and we're going to add sleeping quarters back here. So gonna have to do some deconstruction in order to make this work the way I want it to work, but we're going to go ahead and do that. Excuse me. So it's nighttime, everybody's sleeping. It's so peaceful at the colony. We're going to fast forward till we get some people up and about doing some stuff. Oh, we got a fire. Well, I'm trying to assign more people to this right now because they're sleeping and they're not aware. This is one of the downsides to wooden walls. Well, I have them cleaning blood. They burn very easily, and with stone walls, slows that down quite a bit. And yeah, so we really need to make sure we don't end up burning up all our stuff over here. Looks like Ivy's gonna come get in and help out here. Crosby as well. So it's a full team effort now. Looks like it's pretty well contained. And crisis averted. We have a little bit of repairing we'll need to do on these walls. You can see, I mean, more than half of the hit points of this wall have been taken away by that fire. Now, you see these wooden walls, they have 140 total hit points. I think the lowest level stone walls have about 400. I think the granite walls have close to 500 hit points, so huge difference between stone and wooden walls. I don't know if they have like a flammability value either, but it sure does seem like wooden walls go up much quicker than stone. So there must be another value. Let's see if there's anything here. Flammability, there you go, 100%. I never noticed that until just now, but it makes sense by judging by the way the fire acts in the game. So it looks like some of our colonists have decided to go back to bed, and I'm okay with that. We're just going to fast forward a little further. Yeah, that's something else to note. I decided that I was going to start recording in 720p. We were recording in 1080p, and there's no problem with it except when it comes to processing it. So we're just going to see if 720p still holds up visibly and provides a little relief when we're processing videos, because the last video I uploaded, it took like maybe 5 hours to process the whole thing. So quite a long time. And you'll notice right here, I don't know if you remember, but our batteries were full, and we had this short over here in the conduit, and that just drained our batteries. So they're recharging now. It's a good thing there's a lot of wind. And that's precisely why we're talking about adding extra power systems to our network, because that kind of thing happens a lot. And if we have like a generator or two just that we can kick on in that kind of an emergency, it really helps out. And right now, we've got to repair this conduit. I didn't think about that. See, our freezer over here is without power. That's what reminded me that this needs to get done. Who's like the least? This is Giggles. Can Giggles do it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, go ahead and build that, Mr. Giggles. Or Miss Giggles. Now we should have power. Yeah, we do. Temperature is dropping quickly. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, so with our new sleeping quarters, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build an addition somewhere around like here. And then we're going to connect a hallway going up through here like this. And then there'll be another hallway here. And then there'll be rooms like this. Something like this anyway. And obviously we want to utilize all the space, so it'll be configured something like that. But in order to do that, we're going to need to move this bed. So we hit on install there, and then we're going to reinstall it like here. This bed is going to need to get moved over as well. And then that way we can take out these walls here and build us a hallway. I hear him cranking away on the stone. That's good, because we need more limestone. We can see the sandstone here starting to pile up. We've got about 220 sandstone blocks there. So that's a fair amount. Now, what's Ivy's issue? She's really unhappy. Uncomfortable. She chose to eat standing up. She's hot. And then, of course, she's really sad about being cheated on by Upgrade. We're going to attempt to relieve her a little bit. Actually, I'm not sure we researched it yet. Let's see, temperature. No, we didn't. This would be a great place for a passive cooler. You know, put it next to where she's working, and it'll help cool her down. But since we don't have passive coolers researched, let's go ahead and install a cooler about there. I have to run the conduit up to our installed air conditioner. And we're on our way. I just hope Ivy doesn't lose her mind and end up wandering the wilderness. Let's see what everybody's doing right now. Crosby's hauling wood. Now he's going to go rest. Willow is doing her research. You can see down here the research progress. See how it's highlighted in part. It's a representation of this here, I guess. And yeah, so we're almost done researching machining. So Ivy's cranking away on that stone cutting, and that's great. Ivy, you know, we're going to see her cooking food, and when we've got a full stockpile of food, she'll be in this room carving or crafting stuff. Giggles is doing his horseshoe thing, and Bishop is hauling more limestone to the prison room over here. See how much he actually can place down with one load. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. It's not very much. Gonna need a lot of limestone. Surprised that Ivy has not lost her mind yet. Normally with an extreme risk like this, it happens pretty quick. I mean, it's all RNG, right? But still, it's I sort of expect it to happen very quick. Now, where did these beds go? I told them to uninstall the beds and then reinstall them here. And they've uninstalled the beds, but where are they? Oh, there's... Why? Why did they put them... prioritize. You guys sleeping on the floor, go get your beds. Jeez Louise. You'd think that they would have, like, logically known, hey, there's a bed there, and I need to just move it. But no. Alright, so now that that's moved, we can kind of go ahead and map out our initial structure here. So we're going to divide the room like so. I'm going to put a door here so these colonists can go this way if need be. And then a door here and a door here. And that way these colonists will be able to pass right through here and get into this outer area, or this sleeping quarters of here. So we'll have a hallway coming down. Something like that, I suppose. And then we can... how do we want to handle this? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's probably big enough. They don't need to be super big. I mean, they get this cramped environment penalty, but it's only when they're in the room. And when they leave the room, then they're no longer cramped. And you know, if we've got colonists that are generally unhappy, we're not going to cram them in a tiny little room. But for everyone else, hell yeah. Pack them in there like sardines, man. Yeah, do something like that. And then, yeah, that'll work. Get our doors in there. So you can kind of see how that's going to look. And... you know, this room might be big enough to... it is big enough to stick a double bed in and make this a nicer room for our most unhappy citizens. And then this hallway, we'll be able to connect something off of here. You know, anything. We could make a big rec room or put some mortars in. Or there's a number of things we could do. Go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Get these guys up. Still want to keep an eye on what everybody's doing. He's going to get some slag. We're got a few pieces down here. Willow's doing a research. She'll finish that today. It's really not a lot of time left to finish that. She's eating. We'll check back on her. He's hauling more slag. And he is building the limestone tiles. Got a little more limestone sitting over here. We'll need to keep replacing limestone as they mine it or chop it up into blocks. Yeah, we'll go ahead and kill that thing. I'd really like to live a peaceful life with all of these animals here, but the problem is I get hungry, and they look delicious. Oh, we got another bear in the area. That's cool. Let's try and get this one tamed. That's cool. I don't know if you guys saw... oh, there's another bear. Actually, instead of taming this one, let's tame this one. It's younger female. So we can see Ivy is now transitioned from extreme break risk to major break risk. And still, you know, a very high probability that she's just going to go crazy. And we got some time. I mean, cheated on by upgrades. 1 season, 3 days. I'm not sure how many days are in a season, but 1 season, 3 days is a long time in this game. So yeah, we'll continue to keep an eye on everyone. More slag hauling there. Willow's obviously researching still. Ivy's cooking. Giggles hauling slag. And Bishop's trying to tame that grizzly bear. It's a one brave soul. Looks like they got all the slag from down here. That's good. So, after these bedrooms get added on here, and we've got our prison cell finished and our beds are moved over, what are we going to do then? I think that we'll focus a little bit on filling out this farm, for one. Maybe some more food crops and definitely more smoke leaf. And then we'll probably focus on crafting after that, or at the same time. I want to get, as soon as this is finished, it's almost done here, like any minute now it'll be done. We'll go ahead and build a machining table, and then we can get to work on building us some proper weapons. And yeah, that will make me sleep a whole lot better, knowing that we've got the ability to defend ourselves. I mean, we have guys right now that don't even have weapons. Gear, let's see, you know, got some clothes on, that's it. Clothes, we need weapons. Got our bow still being worked on over here, but it's only about halfway through. All right, there's our machining research. That has finished. Now our next research project. I'm gonna. Well, let's do the passive coolers. Like I said, those come in handy. They're pretty useful. Now, I was on some forums reading some comments about this game, and someone mentioned Devil Strand. That is the mushroom that we can grow, or one of the mushrooms. Where is it? Or not? It's not. No. We don't grow Devil Strand. We grow. Where is it? Sure you guys see it. Where is it? Oh my god, why am I not seeing this? It's like gotta be right in front of me. Hay grass, heel root, oh, we've got to research it. That's right. Devil Strand. We've got to research this. We can grow this mushroom, and it turns into this fiber Devil Strand. Anyway, in the forums, they said that it can be a really good money maker as well. Might even work out better than the smoke leaf, but we can grow that and make clothes out of the fiber, and then sell those clothes for a whole lot when we get vendors that come through that are interested in that type of product. So that's something else we'll play around with here. We'll get our smoke leaf production going first, and then we'll get these mushrooms going and see if we can make some good money with the with that. Speed up a little bit. I mean, you can see we just started this passive cooler research, and it's already a quarter of the way through. Willow's level, you know, in research, 17. It's pretty high. I think the highest colonist, or the highest research level I've had in a colonist is something like 19, and I'm pretty sure that Willow's going to surpass that. Whoops. Huh, that's interesting. I didn't notice this before, but as time was ticking by, we could see the progress to the next level there for research ticking downward. So I guess when they're not doing the activity, they're losing skill points in that activity. That's interesting. What do we got? A mad bunny rabbit. Oh, jeez. Bunny rabbit with a death wish. Alright, let's get these guys right here. Where's the bunny? Oh, he's going around that way. He's going after Bishop. Run, Bishop, run! Oh, he's attacking the door. Run, Bishop. Whoops. There we go. Bishop's running away. No, it's a bunny rabbit. We're on hyper speed right now. Yeah, I think the colony's coming along pretty well. It does feel like it's been a very slow going. Maybe it's because a lot of pausing that I'm doing while talking or something. I don't know, but it does feel like a pretty slow game. But we're getting to a good point here where hopefully we're able to get some more colonists one way or another and accelerate this whole process even further. You know, we need a few good crafters and you know, another grower. We definitely need to get our weapons going. That's a major issue. We've got 3 people with long-range weapons right now, or any kind of ranged weapon. You know, just 3. And of the other 3, one's got a melee weapon, and the other 2 have nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our machining table put in. Speaking of weapons, right? Whoops. Wrong button. I think put the machining table right here. What's Bishop doing? He's building limestone tile. Okay. And what's Ivy doing? Stone cutting. Let's have her finish this machining table. What do we need? 150 steel, 5 components. It's a lot, but we've got our stockpile now. It's not to worry. Oh, jeez. Come on, Ivy, you can do it. Gonna set some more limestone to be hauled over to our little stockpile of rocks. Almost done with this research here. There it is. Let's go ahead and do the Devil Strand, since we were talking about it. I have grown it before, and I have made stuff out of it. But it takes an incredibly long time to grow compared to everything else. So I figure it's best to get it started early. It'll be a while before we reap any kind of reward. Gotta fast forward again here. Watching Bishop build these tiles. Marriage is on. Ooh, upgrade. Well, at least he was serious about his adultery. You know, I mean, it wasn't like without good cause. I guess he really did fall in love with Miss Giggles here. Must be the hairdo. That must be what he sees in her. We can set a marriage spot. And I always do it because I'm not really sure where they're going to go get married if I don't set it. I mean, they may decide, for all I know, to go get married in this corner over here, which is going to cause me a lot of time, a waste of time, so just stick it there, might as well. It's free. Alright, so one of these things came in. Maybe someone can comment and tell me a little more. I can tame them. I know I can kill them and get their horn and sell it. I don't know. I never really fool with them. I just let them come and go. And they're our little magical unicorn friends. I have tried to tame them before. I know it's possible. I haven't had any luck doing it, but I have tried. And we may try with this one. What time is it in the game? It is 7 p.m., 1900 hours. Alright. You can see we do have our machining table completed here. I'm not used to having colonies where I have to wait for things to get built, like we're waiting. You know, normally you have at least one really good builder, right? Or I always have. And so far, that hadn't been the case. I think our best construction person is, let's see, level 5. Is that the highest? Yeah. Well, might set this to a priority 2 for Willow. I mean, Willow's main priority is researching. Yeah, why don't we set Willow to 2 and maybe speed up this whole construction thing a little bit. And you can see right away she goes and gets to work on it. Heat wave, ruh-roh. So this is where those passive coolers can help out. We got still got a low temperature in here. As you can see, it's still 17 degrees Fahrenheit. But when the sun comes up, it's going to get super hot. So what we can do is slap in a passive cooler or two. We'll see how many we need, and it should offset the heat wave enough to keep it below freezing. We're going to speed up. Everyone's going to go to bed here in a sec, and we're just going to keep fast forwarding through this night period. Looks like Crosby's a late worker tonight, staying late to get the job done. That's cool. And I think we're just really just waiting for this stuff to get finished before I'll feel like this has been a complete video. And so if you don't want to sit here and wait around till my colonists finish this, you could probably go ahead and just end the video and go to the next one, because I think that's all we're going to be doing here, is just waiting for this stuff to get complete, and more of me rambling. So, and I know that's why you guys come here, is to hear me ramble. I'd like to watch Willow and see just how much she's able to accomplish in how quick a time. I mean, I'd say, you know, the room here, the tile is more than halfway done, or right about halfway, so that's good progress there. You know, in a short while it'll be finished. And we're going to considerably up our living quarters. You know, we'll have 4 rooms here, 2 more rooms here, so that's 6 total rooms. A few of these are going to be double beds. You know, so we can stick a couple in there, and you know, we'll probably have another couple or two later on, and we'll have space. But for now, these bigger rooms will make just nicer bedrooms. Let's see what's going on here. Let's get more limestone hauled in. Still got more room there. Do a few more limestone blocks. Now, defensively, our base right now is not very good. If we had a raid, let me say this. I've noticed since I started playing this game again, it seems like the raids have been considerably toned down. And that might also explain why when we had jobs fail, construction jobs, we didn't lose any material. Because I'm like 99.9% certain that when I had jobs fail in the past, some of the material was lost. And now that doesn't seem to be the case. But also, I've noticed it seems like the raids have been turned down. Either that or they're scaling the raids more drastically depending on the level of difficulty you set. Because, yeah, I've noticed the raids are just a whole lot easier in the beginning. I mean, we've had, I think, what, 2 raids now? And, whoa, hold on. We have 3 major break risks. Ivy, yeah, we know. And then Crosby and Bishop. What's up with Crosby? Extremely hot. And then he keeps getting turned down by Giggles. But Giggles is like getting married, dude. Like, man, this is a whole Jerry Springer thing we got going on in this camp. And then who else was upset? Oh. Looks like they calmed down a little bit. Let's check on our... Well, our cooler hasn't been built. Again, I am not used to things not getting built in a timely manner. We've got to get another person assigned to a higher priority in construction. Ivy, no. Crosby, what's he doing? Cutting plants, hauling, and cleaning. We'll see. Probably Crosby. Let's just take a look here. He's a grower, a doctor, hauler, and cleaner as well. But Giggles is not our primary doctor. Bishop's got level 4. These are, yeah, we'll use Bishop. Because he's not doing a whole lot anyway. Alright. That'll double the, you know, the rate at which we're building things. Now that he's on the case. Let's see what he's doing. Bishop hauling wood to wall. Yeah, he's already going to start building. Super. You know, a lot of these little optimizations of the work and all that, these are things that if I were playing a game on my own, it'd be a different story. But trying to talk and everything else, like it's a challenge for me. It is difficult. But yeah, it is fun. I enjoy it. Maybe just finishing off her game of horseshoes. Crosby's probably just about to turn in here. What is he doing? Did he eat standing up again? It's very hot. Oh yeah. Let's get a passive cooler in here. Let's see. Willow's not happy. Crosby, Ivy. Let's use Bishop to go ahead and build that cooler. Alright, Bishop's built this cooler. Is it? Yeah, it's now about freezing in here with this cooler now installed. You can see it's flickering between 31 and 32 degrees at the bottom right. Before we built it, it was much higher temperature. You can see it says heat wave right here. We're in a heat wave. And then right below is the temperature. So outdoors, 108 degrees. It's early morning right now. That temperature is just going to go up and up. I've seen it as hot as maybe 130 or 140 during these heat waves before. So, what's Upgrade doing? Oh yeah, wondering. Why do I ever ask what Upgrade's doing? Where's Upgrade? Oh, he's wandering around. Oh, okay. And we know where he's wandering around, like right around here. He's always right in the kitchen area, just la-di-da-di-da. Let's play some horseshoes or something, man. He's going back into the freezer. He just likes it because it's cool in there. All right, let's take a look. Bishop we set as a priority 2 miner, and now we can see Bishop is on the case. Building, building, building. What's Willow doing? Willow's researching. Why? That's a good question. I have no idea. Let's see. Work. Willow. Construction. She's still set on 2. She's set on level 2 research as well, but construction should take priority. I don't know. Again, I mean, it's not a perfect system, right? But it's pretty good. Uh-oh. Oh, Bear ate a bunny. He's going to gobble it down, watch. Eat it. Eat it. Yep. He ate it. Oh, another bear. Oh, whoa. We tamed it? Really? When did that happen? Did you guys notice that? This bear has been tamed, and I didn't realize it. So look, now we go into this training tab, and we can start training it. First in obedience, you see there it says animal can be assigned a master. That's the first step to training it, is to train it to be obedient to a master. Then there's release, and that trains it so that you can send it off to attack a distant target. We could choose not to train that, but we have to train in obedience. Now, with a smaller, more fragile animal, you probably don't want to train release because it's going to end up getting killed. You know, but maybe you're breeding like hundreds of chickens and you want to send all your chickens off to attack. I'm not sure you can send a chicken off to attack, but if you could, it'd be awesome. And then there's rescue, and the animal, you can send it to go and rescue a downed ally. Like if he's been shot and he's injured, you can have the animal go pick him up and bring him to a hospital bed. It's pretty awesome. And then finally, you can train them up to haul, and they'll run around and scoop up, you know, things that need to be hauled, just like a colonist. And that is awesome as well. So, you know, it's like having an extra set of hands. So we're almost here. We got this one little wall piece to finish. Resource-wise, still over 1,000 logs, about 1,000 steel. So pretty good right there. We do want to keep increasing that. And yeah, and then that's pretty much it. We're going to wait for this stuff to get built and for nightfall to come, and then we're going to go ahead and end the video there, and we'll pick up from here next time. So in our next video, we're going to finish this prison room. It's almost finished now. And then we'll finish these rooms off as well. We're going to get these beds moved and convert this room into more sleeping quarters. And we'll also start focusing on our machining table here. Now, if we go to add bill, you can see this is what we can currently manufacture, providing we have the parts. And we're probably going to go ahead and build a couple of assault rifles. And then, you know, soon after we'll build a vest and helmets and stuff. And once I feel like we've got all our colonists equipped and we want to make a little stockpile of weapons for when we get new colonists. Then we will go ahead and do something else. I don't know. My mind went blank. Oh, yeah. We'll make artillery shells so we can stockpile those for mortars and IEDs and stuff like that. And then while that crafting is going on, we'll still be focusing on gathering up more resources. And, yeah, and we'll get Willow back on the research train. So those walls now are getting finished. What's that? Doesn't it look like something is there? There's not. Oh, it was like the edge of where the roof... I got it. All right. Let's see. Willow's working on her floor. Bishop's helping. Let's see. How much limestone do we have over here? None. But Ivy's work... Oh, wait. Yeah, there's... Yeah. We just have that 20 that she just dropped off. But... More cargo pods, man. See, yeah, they must have changed some stuff while, you know, in this last patch or something, because I've never seen this many cargo pods before. Here's some smoke leaf. We're gonna come over to our crafting spot here, and we're gonna add a bill for smoke leaf joints, and we're gonna just do forever. We just, as much weed as we have, we want to roll it into joints. I don't know if that's a bad thing that I keep calling it weed, even though it's called smoke leaf in the game. But I mean, come on, we all know. I want to have a family channel here, and I think that those are, you know, those are the videos that I'm attracted to more. Not that I'm a prude or anything, but you know, the Let's Play guys, the gamers that I tend to follow, you know, have clean channels that are more family oriented. I'd like to have the same thing here. You never know who's listening, and you know, whatever. Yeah, it's just my preference. So it looks like we're about done here. We still got Crosby out hauling. Crosby seems to be out late every night. Where's he coming from? Oh, yeah, the new cargo drop we just got. So, I don't know what these cargo pods are. I've always looked at it as space debris, right? This is supposed to be several thousand years into the future, and so my logic is like, well, there's all this stuff floating around in space, and then it falls to Earth, and we pick it up. So you can see all the slag we've got piled up now. After we finish this research on Devil Strand, we'll probably just go ahead and do the electric smelting, so we can begin to clear some of this slag out and melt it down. And again, it's not that much iron or steel. It's just you know, it's just getting in the way, though. So anyway, we're gonna call it here. Go ahead and pause it. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe below. I want to build a channel here that, you know, that's positive, that has my games, the games that I like to play, that's family oriented. And the only way I'm going to be able to grow this channel is if you guys help me out. And if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. I'm more than happy to oblige if I can. And, yep, thanks a bunch, and I will catch you in the next video.